Back on the first floor, part 2 of the video. I broke it down into 2 sections. This is all the stuff on the first floor of the museum that is going to be for sale this week, auction ending Saturday. Let me go over the memorabilia and parts and accessories real quick. I won't bore you to death. I've got 3 motorcycle lifts here, real nice. I've got the Renthal display. I've got the tire changer. We've got a tire balancer, snap-on tire balancer. We got a Coke machine. We got it's a vintage, beautiful Coke machine. A Buell dealer display with ramp. It's heavy duty, certainly retail quality. We've got a Harley Davidson sign, 20-foot Harley Davidson sign. The Yamaha sign over there by Shane on the other end's up for grabs, as is the drum set and the bongos. We have another lift right here, a K&L lift in brand new condition. Then I've got 3 collectors, Orange County choppers, brand new with the tags on them, from 2005. They're 15 years old, brand new. There's a blue one, there's a black one, and there's a red one. All 3 colors, pristine, never been ridden. We got a Harley Davidson bicycle. We've got a used Orange County chopper ridden, and I have a Jesse James chopper over here too. So some cool bicycles are going up for grabs, including the FMF factory flying machine factory bike, a Diamondback, a vintage Kent, and a Schwinn. So got some cool vintage collectors bikes. And then over here we've got these old engines, all kinds of old pump engines. There's like 13 of them. There's a lot of 13 of these. Videos on each one of these items I've showed you. This is a lot. There'll be one video for all these antique motors that's online. I think the bid starts at like, I think it's $150 for all 15 motors. Reasonable reserves on everything here. Everything's gonna go. Let's get to the fun stuff. Let's do the motorcycles now. Well, there's also a foosball table too, a snap-on foosball table. First one up is the Montesa. This is the Coda 349 World Trials Champion. This was owned by Rick Johnson, the proprietor of the Southwick Motocross track. It's in mint shape. Well, I don't know about mint, but it looks really good. It doesn't run right now. It needs a stator or ignition coil, we're not sure. Plenty of compression, kicks over beautifully, but it's got an electrical issue, easy fix. Next up, we've got a classic Triumph Enduro 1975. This is the Triumph 500cc twin. Collector owned this, passed away, and he was in the process of doing some work on it. The original header pipes are off of it, and we don't have them, but I've got a full video describing this entire bike. Good compression, 1,800 original miles. One of the nicest original unrusted classic Triumph Enduros I've seen, just missing the exhaust system. You want to take a closer look at this one. Check the full video on this one out online. Next up, we've got a classic Kawasaki GPZ 550. This one has 12,000 original miles. It's going to need a little love to get her back on the road, but there's a lot of love to see on this one. And rather than paying us 90 bucks an hour, do it yourself. This is an easy one. And if you don't do it yourself, we'll do it. So this is a beautiful piece. I can't imagine this one's not going to get sold. These are really rare, highly collectible Kawasaki GPZ 550. Next up, classic Honda XR75. The bike that dreams were made of. This one here has a lot to like about it. New VMX plastics, new seat cover, new seat, new gold chain. Car's been clean, runs, top end's in perfect shape. Has an issue with the transmission and the clutch, so it's being sold as is. But there's a lot to like about this one. Full video on it. Check it out online. Next up, Ronnie with a vintage BMW. Next up, classic BMW. This is the K1000 model here. Really cool parts on this one, including a factory hitch, the removable backrest, and luggage. This is the ultimate long-distance touring bike. You're gonna need a little TLC to get it running, but only has 39,000 miles. Previous owner passed away, and she's looking for a new home. Take her home, show her some love, and these run forever. They're bulletproof. Next up, Kenny's pushing up a Triumph Daytona 1200. I saw this sitting outside in the sunlight today as I drove by, and I was like, wow, look at this thing. The carbon fiber exhaust on it. Huge rear tire. It seems to me to be ahead of its time for the year. 1995. Probably just needs a carb clean and a little TLC to get it going. Another bike that's been sitting for a while, gonna need a little love. New seat cover, put a new paint job on it, spruce it up. You got yourself a winner here. Big bore, 4-cylinder street rod. We also have an ATC 250R trike frame here that's coming up with a lot of great parts on that, so check that one out too. Next one up is a parts bike, GPZ 550. Frame, forks, wheels, exhaust, everything's there, but it's been cannibalized for parts, and it's got a smashed or dented tank on it, but a lot to like about the parts that are on this one. All proceeds from the sale are going to keep the New England Motorcycle Museum continuation coffers from becoming empty, and that's how we survive here, is the sale of custom bikes and parts and vintage bikes. So thank you for your support. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. If you need a tax credit, end of year here, got a bike you don't want, need garage space, doesn't run, don't ride it anymore, a state bike, donate it, call me. Or if you want money and you want to sell it, we'll buy it off you too. Give us a shout. Next up, classic Yamaha XS 1100 Midnight Maxim. This is a pretty badass piece, black and gold, mag rims. Very nice original survivor with 3,575 miles. It's gonna need a restoration. It's seized from sitting, or at least I think it's seized. I don't even know if they checked, but I'm gonna assume the worst. Sold as is, gonna need a carb clean, possible refresh of the top end, and going over, but it's nice and straight, never been dropped. Black and gold, factory special. Next up, classic Honda CM400 Cafe Racer. Previous owner did all the heavy lifting here. It's got the custom cafe seat, cafe style paint job, aluminum side panels, shorty mufflers, nice original Comstar mag wheels, clip-on handlebars. Lots to like about this one, folks. Gonna need a little bit of wiring and a little TLC, carb clean, sold as is, but lots of potential here, folks. Classic Honda wing on the tank. Cool piece. Very popular cafe racer conversion. Next up, Ronnie's got a beautiful Honda CB350, original stock, original paint. Junior bought this one at a Boston area, and we didn't get around to getting her running before it was time for the auction here, so we thought we'd put her up on the auction block. Save yourself the money and do it yourself. Beautiful front fender, original front end, speedometer showing only 7,321 miles. Motor's in good condition. Lots to like about this one. Nice set of baloney mufflers on there. Original rear fender, tail light, seat, everything's good, man. Lots to like about this one. Next up, Indian 70cc mini bike, the object of every young man's lust, for sure. This was the ultimate freedom machine, an enduro. Ride it on the street. Hopefully the cops wouldn't bust your ass. You can go pick up your girlfriend on it and go anywhere you want to go. Classic. Good luck finding another one of these. The Indian 70cc. No reserve on this one. She's gonna go. If you want to bid, check it out. A lot to like about this. Easy bike to resurrect. It's engine's good on it. Just needs a carb clean, a little wiring, and off you go. A little electrical work, and send it. Just a beautiful piece. Even if you wanted to keep it as a piece of artwork for your living room or your man room or something like that, or your office, where else have you seen it? Are you going to see an Indian Mini like that, folks? I think every Indian dealer in the country would probably want that. It even has the Indian logo on the seat still. Next up, we got a sick bird here. No rear tire. Suzuki TS185. These are pretty much bulletproof classics. The motor's not seized on this. However, it's going to need an exhaust pipe and a lot of love to bring her back to her former glory, including a new tire. But there's a lot to love about it. The original fenders are intact. You could easily send those out for re-chroming and could easily be resurrected. The motor's not seized. Lots of great parts on this one. Parts or restoration. Next up, Kenny's got a classic Honda CB754, the original superbike. Now these are getting priced out of the market for the average collector. In the 69 and 70 models are going through the roof. This looks like an original Survivor. It has original exhaust on it. Everything appears to be original on this bike except for the paint job. So carb clean, a little bit of love, a little bit of TLC, 40,000 original miles on it. I've ridden these with 80, 100,000 miles on them. The motors last forever. absolutely indestructible Honda CB754. A lot to like about this one, and very reasonable reserve on this one, low entry cost. Get yourself into a collector bike that's only gonna go up in value. Again, full videos on each one of these are online. Junior and I did those already, so if you want more details on a bike you see here, please go online, watch the full video, call us if you have any questions, 860-454-7024. Next up on the auction block, Ronnie's bringing up a classic 1977 Triumph 750 Bonneville. This is one of two Triumphs that came from a collector who was an airplane mechanic and had torn the bikes apart, was going to restore them. Never got around to it, passed away. We bought them, and this one needs a transmission and a clutch. The top end is in good condition, but it's going to need a little tranny work there and a little bit of love, but there's a lot to like. The serial numbers on this, according to our calculations, this is a 1977 Triumph Silver Jubilee, one of 1,000. The VIN numbers are in the actual video on it, so if you want more information about this highly collectible Triumph, or if you think it's not a Silver Jubilee and can prove to us it's not, either way, we think it's a Silver Jubilee, one of the rarest modern Triumphs. The only difference between a regular Bonneville that year and the Jubilee was the paint and badging, seat cover, and some chrome items, but they're pretty much the same motorcycle. Next up, we got a classic Yamaha XS650, the venerable bulletproof twin cylinder. I owned one of these when I was a kid, and this is a 1977 model, I believe. Original, 100% original. Came from a collector who had 12 of these that all needed some resurrection work. He had let them sit for 30 years, and obviously there's a lot to love about this. Low, I think the bid on this one right now is at about $400, so get in. There's no reserve on it, man. The bidding's only at like $400 on this bike. Where are you gonna find another one like this? Beautiful piece. Absolute candidate for restoration. The motors on these are just completely durable, completely bulletproof. Tons of parts and accessories available for these online. Here comes Doc with the Steve McQueen special. This is, I think, a 1973 or 4 Husqvarna 125. This is an MX GP World Champion caliper, desert racing, motocross racing, all around rip-roaring two-stroke in a beautiful yellow and chrome tank. This one's got new paint, new fenders. Lot to like about this bike. It's got the kickstand, the exhaust. It needs a full restoration on the motor. You got a great starting point. I believe the bid on this one somewhere around $1,000 now. So get in there. Don't let this one escape your grasp, because good luck finding another one. A lot of potential on that bike right there. Even if you just put it in your man room the way it is, man, investment quality, classic. These are going through the roof, these vintage Husqvarnas. Every bike, again, that we've shown you, there's a complete, if you go to the kaplancycles.com website or the New England Motorcycle Museum website, you'll see a link on the website, November auction. Click on that, and every one of these bikes will be listed with 24 photos of every bike, high resolution photos that you can zoom in on, and also a full video. And if it's a runner, a demonstration video of it riding. This is the same bike I had when I was 17 years old. I bought one of these bikes. Now it's worth a lot more than it was when I bought it. It was $1,100 for a like new one. Took a loan out on it. Fantastic, totally bulletproof machine. This is the last of 12 XS650s we bought from a collector up in New Hampshire. And this is, in my opinion, the blue one and this burgundy one is a toss-up. Which one's better? But this is a seriously nice piece of vintage iron that needs a restoration. Bring her home, give it some love. She'll love you a long time. Kind of Japanese quality right there with the rack. Ronnie's got an absolutely beautiful, probably nicest set of tins I've seen on a 45-year-old Japanese motorcycle since, well, 45 years ago. The tins are beautiful on this thing, man. Gt550 Triple, just a beautiful piece. This one's got a low reserve and or no reserve on this. It's gonna go. Get online and bid on this thing, folks, before it's gone forever. The original exhaust is in beautiful condition. She's 100% stock original. A good friend of mine's father, him and his partner, business partner, owned a shop, a automobile repair shop, and this was on display in there for, well, decades. And it needs an engine rebuild. That's why they weren't out riding it, but it was just too beautiful not to display. True museum quality piece. Look at that thing. Pure sex appeal, red and chrome, just beautiful. And the music out of them mufflers, 3-cylinder, 2-stroke. Man, if you ever heard one of these with a set of chambers on here, oh boy, they sound awesome. Only 2 more to go here. We got the Triumph 750 3-cylinder classic coming up. And last but not least is a turbocharged Yamaha. Stay tuned for that. Look at this classic 100% stock original Triumph 750 Triple. This is the Trident. Extremely low miles. The bid on this one is around $4,000 last time I checked. It's a triple. Has 4 exhaust pipes coming out, 2 out of the center port, showing only 4,400 original miles on it. This was a collector-owned machine that was on display in his facility for many, many, many moons. And the engine is going to need a little bit of love. The engine seized from sitting for 3 decades with no mystery oil in the top end, but I guarantee you the crank and the cylinder walls and the pistons and everything should be like new on this because, well, it's got 4,000 miles. And she's just going to need a little bit of love. And you got a winner here, folks. Absolutely stunning Triumph Trident. She's a beauty. Original exhaust, original shocks, original chrome. Just a beautiful piece. Last up, coming up the ramp here onto the stage is the Yamaha 650 Turbo. This bike actually runs and starts. The carbs were cleaned. It was serviced. It's got good oil in it. It's got a new battery in it. It just needs the gas tank clean and a new fuel petcock. And the clutch tranny, everything's good. When's the last time you saw a 650 Turbo on the road, man? This is a really, really nice piece. Original stock exhaust. A lot to like about this one. These are becoming really rare. Round of applause.
Thank you.
Thanks for sticking with us this far. Even the drum set's up for sale. It's a brand new pearl drum set we bought. I think Doc used it a few days, but other than that, she's like brand new. I think we paid just under $2,000 for the drum set. The reserve on it's like $700. So if you know someone looking for a kick-ass drum set, complete with the cymbals, buy it. He bought this for events, and as we know with the COVID, there's no events, just online auctions and online videos. So thank you for watching. Please buy a bike, bid on a bike. If you need help with the shipping, give us a call. If you want to store the bike here, you can store the bike here. Glad to help you out. So there you have it, folks. Dozens of classic motorcycles going up for sale here. Auction ends Sunday. Please share this video. Please hit the like button, subscribe button. Also comment if you have any comments on the auction or if there's any suggestions. Or if you have any bikes you want to add to next month's auction, we will be doing one in December, one more this year. That'll be our 3rd this year. So that's it, folks. Give us a call. Christmas is coming. Buy a bike. If you got bikes to sell, give us a call. If you know where there's a collection of bikes, we do finder's fees on collections. And I'll be heading down south to Alabama and Florida this winter, down south to buy bikes right after Christmas. But Christmas is right around the corner, folks. We got our Christmas tree. I don't know if you caught wind of this or checked it out, but this is all Harley Davidson parts that we made our Christmas tree out of Harley Davidson mufflers. Check that out. All FLH mufflers and a couple Sportster mufflers. Isn't that cool? God bless America. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Rockville, USA. Mototown, USA. As always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button, share this video, let your friends know about the auction, and long live the New England Motorcycle Museum, and God bless America. If you didn't sign off yet, check in our videos link. There is a Honda sidecar rig, a 1970, I think it is, with a beautiful sidecar on it. If you're looking for a sidecar rig, all seasons bike, we have one of those coming up too. And that's a classic, just like all the rest of them. God bless all of you. God bless America.